Glad to know you stay with us. So for the select food companies that we are doing a comparative analysis of their earnings, we have NNFM, we have Flour Mills Nigeria, we have Boa Foods, Dangote Sugar, and Honeywell Flour Mill. So we'll start with NNFM, 2022, 8.240 billion naira, and in 2021, 8.010 billion naira. The percentage change there, 2.86. Now let's go to Flour Mills Nigeria, 720.576 billion naira in 2022. And in 2021, 522.821 billion naira. The percentage change there, 37.82. And then for Boa Foods, 289.819 billion naira. And in 2022, in 2021, 241.078 billion naira. The percentage change, 20.22. Dangote Sugar, 288.320 billion naira in 2022. In 2021, 195.499 billion naira. Percentage change, 47.48. Honeywell Flour Mill, we have 76.495 billion naira in 2022. And in 2021, 67.909 billion naira. Percentage change there, 12.64. Now, this is the turnover. For some of them, it's Q2, while for some other ones, it's Q3. So very quickly, I'd like you to start that conversation with us, Charles. What do you make of this particular result, and what happened to NNFM?
Okay, well, turnover is always the first indication of how the company is doing, and though it's not enough to see how profitable the company is. Yes, these companies are in the food sector, and we know that most of the things that they produce and of course market are something that people consume on a daily basis. I always like to use the example of flour mills, you know. But again, if you ask, we don't even know which sector flour mills belong to, because they are into rice, they are into sugar, so many other things. Conglomerates, exactly. But they are still left in the food sector, consumer goods, you know. Yes, looking at that, when every Saturday you discover that flour mills, they continue to sell because there are weddings, cakes, birthdays, you know, so you can see that this is, even if inflation has gone to, is it 24.7 now, to the 1.47,
yeah.
That will not stop weddings which are taking place tomorrow.
There'll be cakes.
There will be cakes
for the consumers now.
Of course, but they still make use of it. So you can see that, yes, that kind of figures we are having, I'm not surprised. But at the same time, I was also very critical in looking at some of these food companies. I see that there are processes, for what I've seen, looking at all of them there. Even Boa Foods that just came to the market, all environmentally friendly. They have a process of recycling their waste to ensure that their production processes does not have any harmful effect on the environment. For me, that is key. And I will employ most investors to also be looking at that angle. Because you can't say this company turnover is so much at the detriment of the environment, then that will not be too good. So like Abut have said, the investors are the owners of this company. You can tell the board of directors and say, no, what these things you are doing, we want you to have a rethink. We want you to re-strategize and see that all your processes are environmentally friendly.
All right, I'm looking at NNFM, and then I'm seeing the percentage change, 2.86. Ambrose, would you like to speak on that?
Yeah, I would say this, like we just said, half-year result for NFM, Northern Nigeria Flour Mill.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And don't forget that their business is joined with Honeywell, and these three companies are already coming together.
Yes.
Honeywell Flour, Nigeria Flour, and Nigeria Flour Mill. Tells you that this is like a conglomerate. Yes. But I believe that investors in this kind of companies, seeing their top line, is good. I tell you, most of the top line results are very slim. Tells that they're also struggling. If you look at that of MFM, it's just a 2% improvement against the previous year. For me, it's a struggle. It also give you a sign of kind of what is happening in the economy. But for me, since they are still business, they are not going to negative. Still okay, flat number. But I believe that they do more. If things improve again, consumer purchasing power also increase. Might see also reflect on them. But they need to do more, because your top line tells you that a company is expanding, that they are introducing new products, or they are eating to another new market, so that at the end of the day you have a report. But that top line will tell a lot of story what the bottom line will be. If your top line is flat, unless they are doing what we call either you are selling assets to come and bring out then as profit. Because if you're having a slim growth in your top line, you are seeing a huge growth in your bottom line. Shows that either you sold assets and come and plug in there as a income, and that means investors to be very careful.
So for profit after tax now, we'll start with NNFM in 2022, 196.704 million naira, and then in 2021, 173.742 million naira. Percentage change 13.22. For Flour Mills Nigeria, 8.163 billion naira in 2022, and in 2021, 10.528 billion naira. Percentage change there minus 22.46. For Boa Food, 68.761 billion naira in 2022, and in 2021, 58.685 billion naira. Percentage change 17.17. Dangote Sugar, 24.832 billion naira in 2022. In 2021, 15.513 billion naira. Percentage change there 60.07. And then for Honeywell Flour Mill, 7.353 billion naira in 2022. And then in 2021, 353 million naira. Sorry, in 2022 minus 7.353 billion naira, okay. Minus 7.353 billion naira in 2022. Beg your pardon. And then in 2021, 353 million naira. The percentage change there minus 2,183.00. Mokhtar, talk to us about this.
These companies, as an investors, you look at the results, like Ambrose will always say, and then Mr. Charles will always say, you look at the turnover, and I always say, you look at the earning per share. But again, you know that the earning per share and the profit after tax, you cannot, profit after, you cannot differentiate it. If from there you get a good earning per share. So for me, I think looking at that result, I will not touch livestock. I will not touch Honeywell. The other ones, I will touch them with a very, very long spoon. I will touch Boa Foods.
Yeah, of course.
And I will touch Dangote Sugar. But the others, I will keep them at arm's length and wait for their result to come and see any improvement, despite the price. Yes. You see a stock that can move from a height of 7 point something to a negative of 300 and something. It calls, no matter how bad the economy has been, it calls for concern. And when you look at BOAF, what they are doing in terms of they are now going into other sectors, then you are excited to be part of the new mover that will happen in the market in the near future. But never take your eye off Dangote Sugar. They have been a consistent performance of the market for a very long time, and at 60.07, and still a lot of potential in the sugar sector. I think it's one stock that investors should look at holding. For Flour Mill, Mr. Charles said we have a lot of people that are doing weddings every Saturday. I think that numbers is not adding up in their profit here, profit after tax, and that shows you that there's a little bit of competition, because a lot of locals are now doing the flour, and most of them are now saying that even the flours from some of these local places are even better than the flour mills. So they are beginning to get local competition, and I think it's showing in their numbers.
Okay. All right. Quickly, you wanted to say something?
No, you said it. I'm talking about the Dangote Sugar. International market, I think that the sugar price is on the uptrend. But me, I believe that now that they've done proper backward integration in Dangote Sugar, going forward, we're going to expect that this will reflect on their number. Actually, you can see that their bottom line is very looking good, from about 15 billion to about 20 billion. It's a good number for me. That shows that they also support the payout and the price. Investors to look at what will drive price is earnings. I will say that earnings, price feed on what? On earnings. If its earnings are positive, price is likely to reflect. Like it just says, to payout also will depend on what? On your earnings. These are two things that drive the price. Payout to depend on earnings, price, and that means as an investor, look at what company after tax. That is what they will share to you, because if their top line is good, at the end of the day you are seeing a negative bottom line, nothing will come for. That means they are thinking of government, pay their government tax, they pay their themselves, they pay their salary themselves.
But at
the end of the day,
cost of distribution.
That's why every person wants to look at what is profit after tax, because that is where will come from. For me, for Dangote, sugar and boiled food, even that of flour mill, for me, these are the way you should look at it. Like my colleague said, find a long spoon and look the way of Honeywell and what's it called? Northern Nigeria, because you can see the number is just flat. Yeah.
Okay, for earnings per share now, we'll start with NNFM, 1 naira 10 kobo. For Flour Mills Nigeria, 1 naira 99 kobo. For Boa Foods, 3 naira 82 kobo. And then for Dangote Sugar, 2 naira 4 kobo. Honeywell Flour Mill, minus 35 kobo. Oladipo, let's have your thought on this one. If you can hear me, Oladipo, I'd like you to comment on the earnings per share. All right, I guess we have an issue there. Okay, Charles, let's have your thought.
Yes, well, looking at the figures there, like they will say, figures don't tell lies. Obviously, as an investor, I would just advise, anyway, that Boa Cement is there. You can see the earnings per share there. That's about the Boa Foods. Yeah, we're talking about 3 naira 82 kobo. So, with that kind of earnings, an investor is sure that at least if they're even doing 50% payout, then you're talking of almost
and it's third quarter.
And it's already third quarter.
They can support it to like 5 naira if possible.
Then of course you can also see Flour Mills there that has been operating in Nigeria over 60 years. We are seeing 1.99 in terms of their earnings per share. But again, Flour Mills is involved in so many things. They've acquired Honeywell, but they agreed that Honeywell will still operate and be listed on their own. So for me, Flour Mills still remain the big one. And of course, I know they are going through a lot of expansion, doing so many things. So probably that could they are reflecting their profit after tax.
Is a good time.
Yes. Then looking at Dangote Sugar, it's obvious that that is the company to be. However, I will say that investors should also still begin to do their own little homework. The Dangote Group has done quite well, and even let me just mention in terms of one of the unique marketing property, for inviting companies to come to the exchange, Dangote is a very unique product. He was operating as a one-man business. Dangote, he was the president, and he saw the need. Moral suasion, he was convinced, and today, Dangote is the richest man in Africa. Because why? His companies are quoted on the exchange, and you can see how one of those companies, Dangote Sugar, is doing so well. So, investors or issuers, business people who are running their business privately and believing that they don't want people to know what they are doing. The richest man in Africa today, his businesses are in the open. We can calculate his worth. So it's an encouragement for other people who are operating, making so much money, according to Izzy Mukhtar now, making so much money, and they don't want people to see what they are doing. Looking at Dangote, I think that should be an encouragement for them. And of course, he didn't just quote his company, he became a president of the now NGS group. So that shows that if the richest man is there, he has been a president, and I'm sure he's still an advisor, a council, ex-official member to those who are currently there, it shows that he has come to see the importance of companies to list on the exchange.
All right.
Lastly, the function of stockbrokers primarily is not just buying and selling, is to assist companies to raise funds in the market. Yes, I will agree with Ambrose, they are failing in that responsibility. Yes, most people are just doing short term, buy this, sell this, but no, we should go out there and begin to talk to this business. There are so many of them. We need to continue to encourage them, moral suasion, let them know that yes, these are the benefits. That is our main function.
All right.
How many companies have been listed so far this year in the market? Fresh companies coming to raise funds. We have not seen like that. So that primary aspect of the market is like moribund.
All right, we'll come back to that. But very quickly, let's move on to PE ratio now. For price to earnings ratio, NNFM 5.57, Flour Mills Nigeria 15.22, Boa Foods 15.26, Dangote 7.97, Honeywell minus 6.0 for Ambrose. Very quickly, in less than 2 minutes.
Just like I tell you that as investor or trader, price speak volume of stock. Give you increased volume without any mathematics. From the price to earnings ratio we are seeing now, it's like Dangote sugar is more attractive. You have a shorter time to group your investment, and also if you look at the earnings of 2 naira, 4 kobo compared to the price selling below 16 naira, why that of
15.50,
that of flour mill Nigeria is about 27.
Yeah.
We are seeing the board around 164. I think that for investors, even if they are paying dividend, the dividend that will come from Dangote sugar is more attractive because you see you have a shorter time to group your money, and also because they are having almost if you forecast their last quarter without the 2 naira, expect like 2 naira 50 kobo, and it can give you 150 or 2 naira. And look at their payout history. For me, investors to look at not just only the earnings, look at the price because you are there to make money. So dividend yield is very, very important. Like Mr. always said that his own is earning per share. But that would be, now as an investor, you have to look at what the dividend yield because if you have an idea what they paid the previous year, and you're not seeing the figures, we can even forecast what will come at the end of the year. For me, I think I will look the way of Dangote sugar among this category of stocks for now.
All right, very quickly we'll go to the profit margin. We'll take the profit margin and the return on equity. We'll take both together.
Okay.
NNFM profit margin 2.39, livestock feeds. Okay, we're not doing that now.
Okay.
Flour Mills Nigeria 1.13, Boa Foods 23.73, Dangote Sugar 8.61, Honeywell Flour Mill 2.35. Oladipo, if you can hear me, I'd like you to comment on this very quickly. All right, Mukhtar, let's have your thoughts.
I didn't get you, Perpetua. Can you come again?
All right, we're looking at the profit margin now. NNFM 2.39, Flour Mills Nigeria 1.13, Boa Foods 23.73, Dangote Sugar 8.61, then Honeywell 2.35. That is the profit margin. And we see Boa Foods has 23.73, while the other ones are below 10. The closest to it is Dangote, and it's even far apart, 8.61, NNFM 2.39, Honeywell 2.35, Flour Mills 1.13. That's what we have. Talk to us about this profit margin.
Is it me that you want me to talk about? Okay, fine. I think we are on the same page on this. You see that Boa is still the tools of investors, and then Dangote Sugar. When you look at
Mukhtar, please go ahead if you can hear me. All right, I think we'll just have your thought on that.
Yeah,
So we'll wrap up.
If you look at the profit margin, it tells you how efficient the company is.
I was wondering, you said so much about Dangote, but when we look at the profit margin here, we see that Boa Foods, the profit margin from Boa Foods, it's more than this particular one. What do you have to say about that?
For me, you're just saying for the third quarter that it's okay because if you look at Boa Foods, it's above the normal 10 to 15% profit margin. So that they are efficient, which is good. Yeah. But looking back again now, because of the price, I've still looked the way of Dangote Sugar. Here is 8% for profit margin. It's still not too good because it wants to be around 10 or above. But for me, it's okay for third quarter. Let's see the full year. For knowing that this season is for what? It's for conjunction for what? For the festive period. I believe that demand, especially now that I believe that the northern people is the time they consume more sugar because of their environment. We expect to see what will happen to Dangote Sugar. For me, it's a good number we're seeing from especially Dangote and the Boa Foods. They are standing out from the figures. For me, it's a good one.
All right, Mukhtar, if you can hear me, I'd like you to land on your thoughts. So we'll just close with that.
Yes, my thought is the same thing with Ambrose on this. We look at comparable analysis, and I will still buy Dangote Sugar. But in terms of price, I will not buy Boa. I will put Boa with Dangote, and I will see that I'll make more volume. I'll get more dividend from Boa than what from Dangote than what I will get from Boa. I think I totally agree with him on this, but it has to be comparable analysis when you look at the price. How much is the price, the earning per share, the profit, everything comes together. And if you look at that in total, you realize Boa is still the best. Boa is good. Boa and Dangote Sugar are still the leaders. The other ones you treat with caution.
All right. Thank you so much, Mukhtar. All right, in closing, let's have your final thoughts in less than a minute. 30 seconds.
Well, I would say investors should do their homework very well, and I wish all of them Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you so much. Very quickly.
My own is that investors should not be carried away with off market, take your profit and come back for another pullback. Market will definitely pull back. Don't just say market because you don't take it off and bring you down. Know how to take profit is very, very important.
All right, thank you. Mukhtar, very quickly.
I think investors should those that are not in the market, please. Santa will soon leave the market, and you get a good valuation price to come into the market.
Thank you.
I think I'll go with Ambrose. I'll go with Ambrose on this.
Thank you so much. Many thanks to you all for joining us today, and thanks for watching. My name is Perpetua Fasami Peter. To enjoy the Christmas. Bye for now.